next, and basically the last generation of turtles was, well, for me, the last turtle generation that I actually bought toys for. And it's for, who am I missing? Okay. It was for the next Mutation line of toys. And these go down as my favorite action figures of all time. This is it. I mean, they got the hard shell, but like, they got like these, they're almost rubber and they come off real easy. Which was actually kind of fun, because they could actually, like, if somebody's trying to cut them, like, I would imagine that their arms would actually go inside their shell. So, it was actually kind of cool to be able to do that. But these are good. These were badasses. I don't know if I did that, if my dog, it looks like a dog did it. I don't think I would have chewed it that much. I might have, like, been on the toes, but that's too much information. But these were all real good toys, and what kind of was lame about them, I like the soft, how they felt, and they're actually bigger than the other turtles, like, oh, just by a little bit, but they just look taller, they're like slimmer, they're like muscular, like they're fucking ready to go. But the one thing that was annoying about them was, the lack of movement in the arms, other than actually the shoulder. But like, cause Raphael's is real weird looking, like, he's like this, and this actually isn't his original arm. I had another, Raphael. It was actually, like, the shell was a lot bigger, because what you could do was you could open the shell and put their legs and arms and head inside the shell, and it was, they were like attached, like they wouldn't come off. It wasn't just like you pull the parts off and just stick them into the shell. It would actually, like, they would fold inside, and then there'd be two new legs and a little tail and a different head, because they were literally mutating from little turtles into Ninja Turtles. So that's where this arm came from, and that was a bitch. I remember it's a bitch to get off, but so I ended up doing that because I've actually lost one of his arms. And I remember another one that I had lost the arm for was Leonardo. And I remember I could not find it anywhere. So in my head, I actually said that, like, he got in a fight, or like actually played out, he got into a fight and got his arm chopped off. So then he had to overcome, being the leader of the Ninja Turtle, being the leader of the Ninja Turtles, and only having one arm to fight. And, which, with Leonardo, he always had two swords, and to have to just go with one, I think he does end up losing a hand in, volume 3 of the comics. I haven't really read any of those. I heard they're not great, but I also heard they're actually really cool. But, yeah, I lost it, and then eventually I found it was like under firewood in my living room. I literally have no idea how long it was under there, but I just kept going. And also in this line of toys, and also in the next Mutation, was Venus, the first and only girl turtle. And I swear to God, I did not purposely scratch off the paint here to make it look like she had nipples. I promise. I didn't. I did not. But, she had, this long braid, if you remember from the show, and of course that fucking fell off pretty quick. In fact, all of them either ripped off or just fell out or something. So they're all technically bald turtles. But like I said, these were awesome. The accessories that came with them, like it was like next generation of their weapons. Like Leonardo only had one sword, but it like split in half like scissors or something. It was really cool. And I remember Raphael's, it was like size, but they're basically just fucking short swords, and you could put them together like this, so it could be like fighting one-handed. If you remember from the show, his size actually did that. And I had another Donatello, and this one actually came with like a boogie, like a board, like a big, it was like an oversized skateboard that he would ride on, and like super surfing or whatever. And I just remember using him a lot more than this one, just because of the pants. And plus, now he doesn't even have any of his arms because I gave them to Leonardo, because I ended up really losing both of his arms, and they're gone. Oh yeah, and here's the one accessory I still have from this. It's like a gun. I don't know. I guess it shot. Maybe it was like poo goo. I don't know. And then I have a splinter. My dog, I swear to God, a dog did that. A dog fucked this thing up. Like, he's missing an ear now, which, honestly, I could have actually cut it off by myself, like with some scissors, just because in the movies and stuff, like, he was missing that ear. So I wouldn't put it past my young dumbass self. But last, I'll go to the enemies. Another missing arm. This was like the Dragon Lord. He was like the big baddie in the next mutation, because in the second episode, Venus actually defeats the Shredder. And I actually have the Shredder from that, but today I must have forgotten to get it because I had all these toys out. And my daughter just came up. She was like, "Who's this?" I was like, "That's Shredder." She says, "He's scary. He's creepy." And then she ran into her bedroom, and I don't know where he is now. He's probably somewhere. I should have looked for him. But it was actually a really cool Shredder, and I'm gonna throw up a picture from Google or something of it so you guys can see it for real. And here he was a monkey. As you can see, there's blood on him. There's a marker. But he's a suit-wearing gorilla, and he was like a mafia, like a 20s mafia type guy from the next mutation. But I just remember playing with him, like, because look at these fucking fists of his. Like, they're bigger than the head, and so like whenever like I would pretend they were fighting, I mean, he would punch one of them. It was devastating. Like, they were out. Like, crack the shell. And I got pretty violent with some of these. And as I got older, obviously I fell out. I didn't really play with toys. I played with toys until about 12. Until finally I just had to be like, it wasn't even like a conscious decision. It was just, I think I'm done with toys. It wasn't even like that. It was just, I just stopped playing, and that sucks. And, yeah, it's just weird, because, like, all of a sudden you realize it's been, like, a couple months since you actually sat down and played with your toys. And I was like 13, I was like, I'm gonna play with them. And we were playing with them for a little bit, and it just wasn't as much fun. And even like later, like 18, after graduating, pulling out, looking at the toys again, just a few years ago, even before my daughter was born, when we moved into this house, I remember going through them and just being like, man, I can't play with these anymore. That sucks. Not because of like some kind of social stigma. It's just, I don't know, my brain doesn't work that way. Like, I can't really play with toys like that anymore. It really sucks. But I actually got into like Dragon Ball Z. I never owned really any of the toys. I actually never owned any of the toys. So I would actually pretend that they had like mastered like their ki or whatever, and they were using Kamehamehas and going against like people, and they would be like fighting like this. The turtles learn how to fly. Yeah, they're like flying through the air, punching, kicking. That was what I did. And when I was really into wrestling, when I was about 9 or 10, they became wrestlers. And I remember one of the big things, like when I was finally done, like I didn't really know what else to do. Like, I still play with my toys. I was like, what am I going to do with like the turtles? Like, I've had them save the world so many times, and I actually decided in my head that they were fully out. Like, people knew them, they were beloved heroes, they were fucking rich because of, they do interviews, book deals, everything, weird stuff like that. They were all like professional wrestlers also. They actually made a band. I'd actually have them all set up like they were all playing instruments, like putting, like, it looks like drumsticks in Raphael's hand, or Michelangelo would have like a guitar or something. It would just be like a pencil, but I would pretend they were in a band and they were just fucking rich. And, which, that's kind of weird. when it comes to Ninja Turtles. And, okay, and wow, I completely forgot. I have one really hot looking April O'Neil. I mean, Jesus Christ. I don't remember being like turned on by it or anything. What are you looking at? But I do remember being like, damn. And just like now, like my daughter likes to play with this. But I gotta get closer. Yeah. Like, what a slutty toy. It makes me think of the, that scene in, Grandma's Boy where he's over at the friend's house and he's jerking off over the toilet. And he's like jerking off to, I guess it's supposed to be like a Laura Croft doll, even though it obviously didn't. It actually looked more like her. What? But that's enough about that. So that's it. That's all the turtle toys I have left. And I swear I had more, but I have no idea what could have happened to them. And like I said, that's another common theme. I'm missing a lot of toys. But I'm going to talk about that in my next video, because next I have Power Rangers, and it would have probably been smart if I like held it up and said Power Rangers, but whatever. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Talk about your favorite toy line growing up, weird things that you would come up with while playing with your toys, any other thing toy related, or just leave a comment. So, good night.